loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this super cool inflatable champagne bottle into this. You're going to love it. It's going to be great for your New Year's Eve party. Let's get to the tutorial. So I had the bright idea of turning this basic inflatable champagne bottle into a Veuve Clicquot bottle. Oof, I had to do 3 takes for that one. So I started off by taking measurement of the front label, and this is the measurement that I have, but you got to give it another 3 inches because it is not flat when you're taking measurements, so you got to take that into consideration. For all the other measurements I was pretty spot on, but for the front label I was a little short, so just adjust. Once you have all of your measurements, we are going to use vinyl to cover those spots and make it look like the other bottle. For the neck and the label part, I decided to just do it by hand because I wanted to give people that doesn't have a Cricut machine the chance to try to do it manually. And it's doable, you totally can. Where you're going to have a little trouble is going to be with the writing. But you can always get sticker letters and I think it will work. It's not going to look quite the same, but you can definitely do this manually as well. Use the seams as guides on where to cut. Continue to use the seams to guide you on where to cut. As you can see, I dotted the vinyl. That way I know where to make my lines and where to cut. For my stamp label, I decided to use my Cricut machine because the stamp is more of an oval shape, and since I didn't have anything oval at hand that I could trace, I decided to go ahead and use my Cricut. And I also went ahead and did my writing and covered it with transfer paper to place it over my large orange vinyl. Now that my vinyls are all ready, now I'm going to start placing, and please follow the same placement for a smooth ride. I'm going to be using scraps of gold foil vinyl. I had a bunch of these pieces, so I didn't even measure anything. Place it on there and cover the whole top, and it worked beautifully. It looks exactly like the foil that goes on any champagne bottle. When placing the back of the neck vinyl, place from the middle to the sides. Don't try to place it from end to end because it's going to seem like it's not long enough, but if you do it from the middle to the end, it will be just fine. These sides are much easier, and the oval stamp is also pretty easy. Now, for the label, this was not an easy task. It probably could have been if I had another person helping me. So this label is definitely a 2-person job because if not, it's going to come out a little crooked like it did for me and with lots of bubbles. But ultimately, you know, you're not looking for perfection for this. You're looking for the illusion. That's it. Just an illusion. And remember, this is the part where you are going to be a little short because most vinyls are only 13 inches wide. So you're just going to have to add 3 more inches to cover the rest of the label. I'm taking some of the stickiness of the transfer paper on my clothes so it can help me with placing the writing on there. I mean, you can definitely do this word by word and it would have been much easier, but I decided to group it because I was being a little lazy. But actually, it wasn't that bad. It didn't come out that crooked. Definitely a 2-person job when you have a vinyl that big. Love it. And it was a good 2 hours of my life. It was. To hang the bottle, I used thumbtacks and fishing line and a little bit of tape so the fishing line will not run. For styling, I'm making a standard garland, very basic. Smaller balloons at the top and standard quads at the bottom. I wanted you to see how I tie them together, which is just neck to neck. I don't use fishing line or 260s to tie them together. I just tie them to each other. I was taping this part of the video with my phone and it died and I didn't notice, but I will give you more details in one more second. Here we go. All right, guys, my phone died yesterday and I didn't realize until later, but here, let me explain. So here is the garland and I start from small to regular size. These are all regular size quads. So these here are all about 5 inches, but I make them with 11-inch balloons. I just like the way it looks. It looks darker and just better. So I have one of each color, and then I have a bigger quad right here. It's probably about 6 to 7 inches, maybe 6.5, because going from 5 to 8 and 10 is just way too big. So you need something in between to tie it together so it can flow better. And that's what you see right here. And then here are my regular quads, which are 2 8-inch balloons and 2 10-inch balloons together to make it a quad. I could make a tail, I'm not sure. I'll see where the garland takes me. But this is going to be for a bar area. This is going to be for a bar cart. And I'm going to place it right now and style the garland. I always tell everyone that the most important part of a garland is securing it. So make sure that that garland is secure in every way possible. I'm adding 3-inch balloons for a little more dimension. Bubbles are always fun. I wanted to add smaller ones, but they wouldn't blow for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's my machine. But I did add 12-inch ones. Some I blew to 10 inches. And actually, I like it better that way. You know, I truly believe that things just happen the way they're supposed to. And we gotta add disco balls because it's New Year's Eve. And there's no New Year's Eve party without disco balls. Alright guys, this is it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a like and hype up this video because that's the new thing you can hype up to rank it up. So go ahead and do it, guys. Make sure to share with your friends and family members. Comment, let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts on this project, and I shall see you in the next video. Alright guys, until next time, bye.